Do you slide out of the bed and shower? Do you start a pot of coffee first thing? How many of you would say the first thing you do is eat breakfast? Well, I do. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and it is important that I or anyone else does not skip it. That is why it's the first thing I make sure I do in the morning. Many times I've tried to shower, change, get my bag ready, and then I come to the realization that I literally have 10 minutes left before I have to leave, and I just do not have time to eat breakfast. Unfortunately, many others do the same thing and skip breakfast and are missing out on the most important meal of the day. I would like to speak to you today first about the negatives of skipping breakfast, the benefits of eating breakfast routinely, and a fast, simple, nutritious way to have breakfast. I'll begin by letting you in on the negatives that coincide with skipping breakfast. So, in 2011, a survey by the NPD Group concluded that 31 million Americans, on average, skip breakfast each day. That is nearly 10% of our population. Also, they broke it down into gender and age. Nearly 28% of men between 18 and 34 skip breakfast, while 19% of females do. The numbers decrease as the age goes up for both female and male. These individuals need to be aware of the side effects of skipping breakfast. According to Dr. Siobhan Jackson Michael, ND, skipping breakfast yields side effects such as negative impact on weight, hormonal health, memory, cognition, and mood. Weight Control Information Network reported that individuals who eat breakfast are less likely to overeat throughout the rest of the day. Fasting occurs at night, so when they skip breakfast, this adds to your sugar balance. It increases, and as well as insulin output. This is also dangerous to those with diabetes. The British Journal of Nutrition stated that not eating breakfast can reduce your energy and physical activities levels can decline. In addition to weight control problems, skipping breakfast has been linked to mental irregularities in college students, and also it negatively impacts post-adolescent maturation growing stage. Now, lowered cognition and bad mood is also linked to skipping breakfast. It is advocated that children who do not eat breakfast regularly score lower on standardized tests. They are absent more often from school, and they are on time more often, or not on time more often. A lot of Americans consider themselves, or now a lot of Americans consider themselves morning people. A survey done by the BBC News indicated that a sizable percentage of people experienced large improvements in mood when they consumed breakfast routinely, and vice versa, had a worse mood when they did not. So, finally, not eating breakfast can bring on physical symptoms as the risk of hypoglycemia or low blood sugar is increased. This condition is such as shakiness, dizziness, weakness, headaches, tingling, or rapid heart rate. So now, let's not focus on the bad anymore. Let's look at what breakfast can do for you. In the literature, decreased overall appetite, decreased overall food consumption, decreased overall body weight, improved academic performance, and improved blood sugar control is associated with eating breakfast. On the flip side, many argue that the trials conducted that prove this information are biased, and the other trials prove that skipping breakfast is actually good for you. The problem with trials stating skipping breakfast is good for you, this has only been done primarily on animals, not really on humans yet. So this offers little to none scientific proof. Breakfast is linked to giving you the energy you need to start a new day. Also, eating breakfast helps with weight control as it gives you a complete diet, nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that many see cannot be accomplished if you skip breakfast. It is important to note that when I mean breakfast, I'm hinting at foods that are low in fat and sugar, etc. Foods that have vitamins, minerals, protein, fiber, whole grains, etc. Not just your pancakes, your sausage, bacon, waffles, tons of syrup. So concent- concentration concentration is seen to be greater, as well as performance in the classroom and/or boardroom when eating breakfast routinely. In addition, um, it gives you more strength and endurance to engage in physical activity, which I can personally vouch for as I work out every morning. Um, and without breakfast, I just can't do it. As well as my blood sugar is it's spiking, and I feel like I'm going to pass out. So now moving on, there's a study done in Israel where 93% of women were recruited. 93 women, sorry, were recruited, and these women were individuals that were overweight and suffered from metabolic syndrome, which is a combination of diabetes, high blood pressure, being overweight, obesity. So they grouped these women into two groups. The first had large breakfast, medium lunch, small dinner. The next had small breakfast, medium lunch, large dinner. Okay. Um, the group that had the large breakfast showed significantly better results. Yes, both did improve, but not as much as those with the large breakfast compared to the larger dinner. They saw great improvements in blood pressure, blood sugar, insulin levels, and insulin resistance. Also, the researchers found that the average hunger scores and fullness scores, how full do you feel, how much can you eat, were significantly better in the group with the large breakfast than when with the group with the large dinner. So now, many of you understand how great breakfast actually is, but simply do not have time for it. You need something simple, quick, and healthy. No problem. The Johns Hopkins School of Public Health gives you a few good tips on how to do this. Pick two to three foods that include one of the each food groups, and this would be, you got your bread, grain, milk products, fruit and vegetables, basically. So and they also want you to pick portable items. This would be, some fruit, chopped up fruit, maybe in a container, easily portable. You got your low-fat yogurt in the containers, your breakfast bars, etc. Also, they say that you should replace the morning coffee with a glass of orange juice and/or milk. Um, Also, they say if you just wake up 15 minutes earlier, there are many healthy alternatives to make in just under 15 minutes, such as an omelet, which is high in protein and low fat, and it gets your calorie intake. It's great. Um, so other breakfast ideas would include making meals such as chopped fruit, uh, cheese, walnuts in order to get the proper nutrients and protein, as well as enough natural sugar to get you going in the morning. You can also make something simple, like you can have a whole grain waffle, spread peanut butter on there, and for extra fiber, you can get some raisins to sprinkle on top, or extra peanuts. And this will also slowly release your nutrients throughout the day, which is just what you need. You know, as it is clear, breakfast is an important meal, if not the most important meal of the day. The negatives associated with skipping breakfast, as well as the positives associated with eating breakfast routinely, are significant. It is a no-brainer that everyone should eat a large, healthy breakfast. I've listed the various negative side effects linked with skipping breakfast, the positives associated with eating breakfast routinely, and quick and easy ways to enjoy a healthy breakfast. You can use the information gained and the quick and easy tips to better your life. Do you have a family member possibly suffering from metabolic syndrome? Do you yourself suffer from metabolic syndrome? Do you constantly feel fatigued in class or maybe at work? Do you find yourself moody in the morning? Think of how you can not only better your life, but the lives of friends and family by just eating routine breakfast and a healthy one at that. It's quite simple. I'm going to use the pitch slogan of Nike and just tell you guys, just do it. Thank you.